we're back with another video because we haven't posted in over some months.
Yeah, it's been a lot since the last video. A lot has happened.
So we about to catch y'all up with some story times. Probably gonna be like a part 1 through 5.
Maybe more. You never know what happens.
Yeah, what happens. So as you can see,
there's only 2 of us.
There's the 2 of us, but there's still 3 of us. As y'all can see, Zakia is no longer with us.
Yeah, some things have happened. Some personal stuff. Y'all just know that we no longer talk to her.
Like I said, we'll tell y'all the stories.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna get into the petty details of it. So the person joining us now is our friend Janae, aka Nene. Nay. So you guys will be seeing her instead of Zakia from now on.
Yep.
Also, we gotta catch you guys up with the drama, the tea, what's about to change on our channel. For instance,
a lot is changing. Is gonna be changing, and we have a lot of videos
to do. For instance, we are no longer C3 Squad.
Yeah, we're coming up with another name. For now, it's gonna be C3 Squad until we change it.
Yeah.
And find another name. If you
probably might be like 3 Ps
in a pot, not a pod. In
a pot.
It's our
Thank you, Nay. It's an inside joke. Yeah. But so we're just gonna cut right to the video. Yep.
Ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose. Gotta blame it on my juice, baby. Ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. Time to put it in the proof. Gotta blame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blame it on my juice.
So we are back, and the first thing that we're gonna tell you guys about is why Zakia is no longer with us.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're just not talking to her. Not like she went on to a better place.
She's still right next door to us.
Yeah.
Still doing the same things, but we no longer talk to her. We no longer mess with her. None of that whatsoever. Some things happen. We have several altercations with her. Several, just 2.
Just multiple situations that led up to why she is no longer doing this with us. So I want to say this all happened back in October, Halloween, around that time. So on our last video that we had posted, but we had to take it down for personal reasons, we were talking about the things that we do on campus and, you know, the drinking and whatever else, the things that college students do.
Right.
What we didn't tell you guys was that day, well, the day of Halloween when we tell you guys about the story, Zakia had a little bit too much to drink.
A little bit, way
too much to drink. And that turned into her trying to fight us.
She became very violent when she was drunk.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
And then from there, also, that day, well, that week of Halloween weekend, Janae, which is our other friend that was in the intro with us, she started hanging back out with us again.
Right.
We've been knowing her since the beginning of the school year. Like, when we went to the college icebreaker and stuff like that, she was with us.
Right.
Just that she had her own situations, and that's why she was never
That's why she would have been in the videos, and she just wasn't with us. Like, she doesn't mess with her roommates, per se. So she was always roommate, but she was always in another resident hall with her cousin. So yeah, she just started staying back in her room.
Like I said, back in around Halloween time. So Janae comes back around during Halloween time, and you know we had that situation with Zay, but we dropped it because you know
she was under the fence. She
was under the influence, so we just kind of let it slide. But then it was like, okay, after a while, she started distancing herself from us, and we couldn't seem to figure out why she was doing.
Like, we noticed it because, like, she was in our room every day. We always went to lunch together. We always did everything together.
Like, meetup times, just this and that.
Right.
So, I know I'm skipping a little bit too far, but backtracking a little bit back to, like, the Halloween weekend. So, we met some guys at Wayside. This was the first situation. We met some guys at Wayside.
I didn't go. They went out. I stayed in the room, and they went out.
So yeah, we went to Wayside. We met some guys, like we said. Jessica wasn't there, and so the 2 dudes that we met, she knew one of them, and he was with his friend who wanted to talk to me. Now,
originally she wanted to talk to the person who was trying to talk to Naya.
Yeah, but she ain't say nothing to me. You know, I'm one of those females. You're my friend. If you want to talk to somebody, I'm not gonna talk to that person. Like, we have like this overall rule, like us as friends, we don't talk to anybody's male friends or any guy that we talk to. Like Tinder, if we match with the same guys, we won't talk to them. Because we don't have time to be getting in situations like this. And so the dude, no, she comes to me and she was like, oh, his friend wants your Snapchat. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I give him my Snapchat, then I go back on and do what I'm doing. I'm partying. At the time, I'm not looking for a guy to be in a relationship, but now I kind of am. But that's besides the point. So I wasn't paying him no attention. We left. She was like, oh, they want to come to the dorm to see us. I said, cool, whatever. Get back here.
Mind you, they didn't text me or anything to tell me that anybody was coming over. They just told me when they got there, like, oh, yeah, 2 people going around. So I'm just like, okay. I'm like, I didn't want no company. I'm like, I'm in pain. Like, I didn't want to see nobody. Then they just popped up. So I'm just like, I don't want to be here because they're here. And I'm just like,
yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
So they get over here, and so like I said, at first nobody was paying attention to him. But you know, I'm chill now. I'm in my dorm, and like we're just all holding a conversation. And I'm like, oh, he's a cool dude. So we sitting here and we're conversating and we playing around and stuff like that. And she starts catching an attitude.
At this point, when she was catching an attitude, I left out the room because it was uncomfortable. I didn't want to be there I didn't want them to be there in the first place, so I just got up and left and went down the hall to the study room and just watched the movie until they left.
And then, so, like, after they left, like, Zakia came in, she grabbed her stuff, and then she left. Like, she ain't saying nothing to me. A couple days after that, she still wasn't talking to me, but she was talking to Jessica. And she was asking Jessica stuff that only I knew the answer to. And I'm like, okay, we not about to do this. But what happened, so we're in this thing that we have to go to every Monday night. It's the hall council. So me and her went to hall council. So I'm like, so what's up with you and Naya? She was like, I feel like Naya lied to me because she said dude wasn't her type. She was talking to her. I'm like, they're just having a regular conversation. So I didn't see what the problem was. She was like, I didn't know how to address the situation. That's why I didn't talk to her. That's why I'm not talking to her. I was like, okay, but y'all need to have this conversation. Right. And then it's like, at the end of the day, you didn't say anything to me. Like, okay, if she would have said, oh, I'm not really into the dude that came to see me, I'm into the dude that came to see you. Right. If she would have said that prior to that.
And she said she really didn't care that if Naya did want to talk to him. She's like, she didn't care, but Naya was like, I'm not going to do that anyway because I'm not in him or whatever.
Right. It's like, we just having a normal conversation like normal adults. What is so wrong with that? So, got past that situation, and then, you know, boom, Nay's back. So she starts distancing herself, and we're like, okay, this is weird. Zay is always in here with us. And so...
At first, we were all hanging out together when Johnny came back.
Right.
To us. Like,
and then
it became a problem.
One day, I think I was in the shower, wasn't I? When she came in here. Okay, so we were supposed to all watch a movie one night. So we were like, okay, we're not going to go out this weekend. One, Nay does not have her state ID. She has it now. So
she didn't have it before, so yeah.
Yeah, so she just turned 18. Her birthday just passed over break. And so we were like, yeah, we're not going out because Nay can't. She doesn't have her ID. She's not 18 yet.
And so I didn't want to leave her by herself, so I was just gonna stay.
Right. So we all came to an agreement. We're like, okay, we're gonna sit in here and we're gonna watch a movie because me and Jess had watched a movie a night before, and they had walked in like, oh, this is a cool movie. I was like, okay, we're gonna rewatch it tomorrow since we're not doing nothing this weekend. So I go to hop in the shower, and while I'm in the shower, this whole situation breaks out.
Zakia walks in, and she's on the phone. So she's on the phone or whatever, she have a conversation, and then they start talking to each other, Zay and Johnny. They just start talking to each other, having a conversation. Then, so I forgot what happened. Oh, they was like in each other's face, arguing whatever, but they was playing. Johnny was like, I wanted her to get serious after the situation happened, after she left the room. But anyway, Zay was like, I don't like her. To me, I was like, that sounds like a personal problem. She was like, okay, Jessica. I'm like, don't get mad at me because I said it's a personal problem. Like, that's something I'll always say. Like, I'm really sarcastic. Then at the end of the day,
even though you are sarcastic, that's still a personal issue. Yes, we are friends, but you can't expect me to not like somebody that I've been messing with before you because you have your own issue with them. And this was my biggest thing about Zay. She will post all over her Snapchat I'm grown as fuck. If I have an issue with someone, I'm going to talk to them about that issue and then be done. But that never happened, which led up to the even more situations of why she's not here. So after me finding out this situation, I think it was the day or 2 days afterwards, we were all sitting here pressing, braiding, straightening each other's hair.
Mm-hmm.
It was me, Jess, Nay, our other roommate, Jay, and then Zay had just came in from work, and I said, hey, let me use your hot comb to press out Jay's hair. She's like, yeah, sure. And so we all in here hee ha ha, and the music was extra loud.
Janae left.
Yeah, Janae had left to go put some of her stuff in her room.
And I went in the bathroom, and then I came out. I was talking to Janae. I'm like, ready to go eat. She like, yo, whatever. So we were about to go downstairs, and I came back in the room. It was like, hey, we about to go eat. Do y'all want to come or whatever? She was like,
Mind you, she had just asked me, did I want to go eat? I said, yeah, we're about to go as a group, so give me a second. So while they're out doing whatever they were doing, the music is loud. Jay can't hear anything she's saying, but I can hear what she's saying. And she goes,
she was in right next door.
Yeah, and she goes, y'all not about to replace me. I said, I straight up said, bitch, shut the fuck up. Nobody's replacing you. And then, mind you, I'm saying this while I'm playing because I felt like she was playing when she said that. Mm-hmm. Like, we always joke around like that. But so, then she hurried up and grabbed her stuff and, like, just left. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe she'll meet us down there. So we stood in the hallway for like 10 minutes waiting on her to come out the room, and she never did. So we said, screw it, and we left.
Like, when she told me that, what she said, I'm like, what?
Like, yeah, I told Jessica what she said.
We were on the way downstairs. I had got an attitude. I'm like, why would we replace you?
Where's this coming from?
Right, where's this coming from? We all can be friends and hang out together. We can all do this thing together. So what's the problem? I'm like, let me just go down these stairs because I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm in a good mood. I'm trying to be happy, whatever. We about to go on break.
Right.
Just
do
what I gotta do.
We get down to the cab and we still looking for her. We waiting for her to come sit with us. She walks in the cab, looks at us, and continues walking.
And mind you, this is when they make Thanksgiving food for us. Not food, but spanking.
Right. So like we tried to do what we usually do. We get like a bunch of food all over the table and we sit here hee ha ha and kiki and stuff like that.
Having a conversation, just eating, talking.
But she never came over there and she was like avoiding us. So rewind it back to Halloween weekend. After all that little commotion with her being drunk or whatever, we gave her some of our clothes to wear to sleep in because she was already wearing one of my dresses as her costume, but we took that off of her and put her in like my shorts and Jessica's t-shirt. Right, and like, she had all that stuff.
We did this while she was still drunk. Like,
so yeah, so I want to say a couple days after that, she still wasn't coming around like that. Then she tried to be petty and like she kept coming in her room. Like she'll just come in the room to see if Nay was in here, and if she was, she'd leave. If she wasn't, she'd stay and talk to us or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Then it came to a point she came in here.
And then what?
So if you guys remember, I showed you in one of the videos. I probably did, I probably didn't. But I showed y'all the little board that we had on the wall.
Like
we
our
had
schedule of like the days that we can film and the days we can't.
Right. And then, our little bucket that we had of, our ideas and stuff like that. Yeah, so she came in here and she took all that out the room.
First of all, she tried to hold a conversation while taking the stuff out.
Yeah, like she came in
like
here.
Like the poster had fell off the wall.
Oh yeah, it fell off the wall, and we never bothered to put it back up.
She came in
here asking us if we were going out that day, and we said no because Nay doesn't have her ID.
Hold on, let me stop you quick. I need you to stop doing this to me. I need you to stop cutting me off when I'm talking. I told you, pet peeve. This annoys me. So, continue. You go ahead.
I'm eating.
Oh, anyway, she tried to have a conversation. She came and she was like, oh, are y'all going out today? She was like, Naya was like, oh, Johnny doesn't have her ID, so we can't go out or whatever. She was like, oh, okay. And mind you, me and Johnny sitting on the bed because we was on Instagram looking at videos. And I'm just in there. When she walked in the room, I'm like, why is she in here? She hasn't been here in a couple of days. We haven't talked to her, nothing. Like, nothing at all.
Right. So like, as she's slowly asking us these questions, she's slowly walking over here to the area where we be recording. And she takes everything down. She goes in the closet, grabs the bucket, dumps whatever was in there out.
And mind you, she was always cleaning up our room or whatever. I'm like, you don't have to do that. We like the room. If it's dirty to us, we're going to clean. If it's not dirty to us, we're going to leave it how it is.
Right.
And she was cleaning. So she was like, oh, so you didn't clean up the room? Or something like that.
Like, just trying to give us petty remarks and stuff like that. And I'm like,
that's when she picked up the poster and the bucket had our change in it. She dumped the change out and walked out.
And then we didn't see her since. Then
it was the next day.
The next day.
She came in our room. She was looking for, she was like, oh, dude, she asked something. And she's our friend Jordan.
Oh, yeah, she saw Jordan in the hallway.
She's like, oh my God, hi, Jordan, blah, 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 blah. She was like, where's my friend? I'm like, Shit, I don't know. Like,
at this point,
we aren't supposed to be friends because you being petty.
And this is why we said that. This is why we made that face. Like, I don't know, where are your friends at? Because she started making it now.
Right.
Prior to all of this happening, she goes to have like these little meetings with her mentor, who she looks up to as her sister, stuff like that, or probably is her actual sister. And so that's when we call her Spiritual Zay.
Right. But, like, literally every time she happens, she's like, "Oh, I feel so spiritual," and this and that.
So her and her sister had like this deep conversation, and it had something to do with her and her friends. And she was like, well, when anybody mentions friends to me, the only people I can think of is Naya and Jessica. So then we started seeing these posts on her Snapchat while all of this was happening, with her feeling like she's being replaced by Nay. She's making all these Snapchats, posting about some, oh, I wish I had real friends. It's hard to find real friends. And we're like...
I was like, no, then another one was like, I want friends, but friends are overrated. I'd rather chase a bad.
So I'm just like...
So we decided to be petty bag. We posted a couple of videos. Like, I posted, like, this quote from this song. I'm like, the love be so fake. That's why I just laugh at bitches and stuff like that. But, like, that was, like, small stuff. Then she kept saying, like, oh... I don't want to do the Snapchat boyfriend stuff. I'd rather beat your ass and get it over with. So
that's when we was like, what's the problem?
Like, what's really the problem? Because you started it. We didn't post anything about you.
So then, like, okay, so after a while, we just stopped talking. Like, we just completely ignored her. And then, so I'm making, like, my little Snapchat post or whatever. She's still making her post about some real friends. So I made one post. I said, I forgot what I said, but I made this little post on my Snapchat, you know, being petty, being me. And she goes to slide up and say, stop being petty. If you got something to say, I'm right next door. I said, bitch, you could have did the same thing. Miss, I'm grown and I handle my business in person. So after I said that, she said something back and I didn't respond. So I said, screw it. That was the day I went next door to her. I went next door to her to get me and Jessica's stuff back from Halloween, because we've been told, like, we wanted our stuff back. That's our clothes. Mind you, we were also packing up to leave for Thanksgiving break. And so I go to the door and she starts being extra.
Like, she started getting loud for no reason.
Right. I said, I just came over here to get my stuff, me and Jessica's stuff. I don't have anything to say to you. Moving on with my life.
Mind you, her roommate opened the door and she was about to get in the shower.
She was in the shower. She was in the shower. Not about to get in the shower. She was in the shower. Her roommate opens the door. I said, hey, is Zay in her room? She said, no, she's in the shower. As she said that, you heard the shower water turn off and her run into the hallway, well, run to the door with her towel wrapped around her, trying to be extra. And then, so I'm like, I'm not here to say nothing to you. I just want my stuff, and then we don't have to talk anymore. She said, I'm grown. I don't have to listen to you. You'll get your shit whenever I bring it to you. I said, I'm not even about to argue. Whatever. I walked away. As I was walking away, she said, I swear y'all bitches get on my nerves. I've been waiting to beat your ass.
And when she said that, I was like, since when?
Okay.
Because nothing happened that made you want to, like,
fight me.
Like, I'm so confused. And mind you, I think both of them are crazy. So this would have been a pretty good fight that I would love to see. At the same time, I wouldn't want to see it.
When she said that, I threw my phone in the room because I was like texting somebody as I was walking away from her when she said that. I said, oh, for real? Threw my phone in the room and walked back in the hallway. I said, what's good then, bitch? She said, I'm right here. I walked up to her face. We was face to face. Like, so close I could kiss her type shit. And she ain't do nothing. And then that's when Jessica ran in the hallway and grabbed me. I said, whatever. I was like, all I care about is that I get my shit back. I mean, all my shit, from my shorts to my roommate's shirt to my music notebook. I just want my shit back, and then we're done with you. And that never happened. So we went to our RA our RA came to us the first time.
Because they heard her in the hallway.
And yeah. And so, you know, I told my RA what was going on, and it's getting closer and closer up to the day for us to leave, which was also Johnny's birthday. We left a week early for break for Nay's birthday. And so we were supposed to be leaving out Wednesday morning, Wednesday night. And I'm like, okay, hey, Imani, which is our RA. I was like, did you ever get in touch with her? She said, yeah, I've been texting both of you guys, this and that. I'm going to get it for you. I said, okay. Then the next day I get a text message from Zay on Snap. She was like, I'm going to bring you guys y'all stuff when I get back from this thing that I got to do. I said, all right, bet.
But the whole time I'm watching her Snap, she with her friend.
She was with her other friend, Peyton. And I'm like, okay, she been back in the dorm. Why didn't she bring us our stuff? I ain't paying no attention to it. So
the day goes on.
Yeah. So the night before, no, the day that we leave, we didn't end up. We were supposed to leave that night. So I'm like, okay, all that morning, I'm like, okay, that's it. So I text her some chill shit. I said, hey, can you bring us our stuff? It was the day before. I was like, we leave tomorrow. Can you bring us our stuff? like I said, I'm grown as fuck. You'll get your shit whenever I bring it to you. So that's when, like, my inner bitch came out.
Yeah.
I said, bitch, I don't give a fuck who you are.
And we was all sitting there. We had just woke up, too.
Like, literally, I just woke up.
We just woke up. And this was happening.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck who you are. I want my shit. I leave tomorrow. Bring me my shit.
Next thing you know, you hear the knocking on the door.
So, yeah, she comes and she's knocking on the door like she's retarded. I'm trying not to cuss anymore. But... And so, yeah. But so, I go to the door, and she has me and Jessica's stuff in her hand, but she doesn't have my notebook. And
she was like, what she said? She was like, so I'm a bitch now or something like that?
Yeah, she was like, so I'm a bitch now. I said exactly what the fuck I said. Bitch, give me my shit. She was like, so she's holding it in her hand, and I'm like, well, shit, my mama ain't raised no bitch. I'm gonna just snatch my shit out your hand and get gone like I've been planning to do. Mm-hmm. And so, as I reached for my short, she like, basically pushed me. And my instant reaction was I pushed her into the wall and threw my elbow into her throat and was holding her back by my elbow in her throat type shit. And I snatched my shorts away from her. I threw them in the room. And then she just, like, as I'm walking away from her.
The whole time I'm standing there with the door open. Standing with the door open. If they was to throw hands, then I would just have to, like, really, like, grab her. But Naya, when she's mad, she gets stronger than anybody that's in the room, no matter who's in the room. So I just would have let them fight. And then let them get it over with.
And so Jessica was like, so then I was like, okay, I got my shit, so give Jessica her shirt. I'll give it back to her whenever I give it to her. Jessica's like, Naya, it's just a shirt, let it go, I can get a new one. I said, no, fuck this bitch, she gonna give us our shit.
I could care less about that shirt.
And so, like, we literally, like, wrestling and tussling in the hallway. And I'm like, as soon as I got the shirt, like, I could have broke her fingers. Like, I was bending her fingers trying to break them because that's how irritated I was. She in the hallway. I put that on my dad, Uncle Greg. This camera gonna catch me, lay your ass out, this, and that. And I'm just like...
And mind you, she's from Ohio, so she sounded like she was from some... She kept saying, shorty, yo, and I'm just like...
And I'm sitting here like...
Mind you, Janae's in the room. She's in the room. I'm in the doorway of us in the hallway. So I'm just sitting there. Janae, all you hear is her laughing in the background. I'm like...
And look, like, the whole time she's saying that, do you know who I am? You know who the fuck I am? And I'm just sitting here like, bitch, I'm from Detroit. This is child's play. So, and so, like, all of that happened, and all day, like, okay, so after that, after we got all our stuff, I was like, oh, she still ain't giving me my notebook. So I told my RA about that, because she was like, she was going to do something to my music notebook, and I'm like, that's nothing to play with. Watch what's going to happen. So I'm like, if she rip anything, do anything, it's going to be a problem. Because that's not just my music notebook. And so, like, from there, we just blew it all off. So we all making our videos, like our normal Snapchat videos, living my best life, this, and that. To every positive post that I made, she goes and made a negative post. So I said, living my best life. She goes, living your best life, but you a broke bitch. Why should you have anything to say back to what I'm posting? Then it was another post made, and she was like, bitches broke as fuck, but can't pay their tuition, but every time somebody's cash up y'all get happy, and y'all go get bottles, and y'all go get this, and that unnecessary stuff. I said,
but every time we did those things, you were right along with us.
Right. So, that was just that, and we just left it alone. Like, she just kept repeatedly, and even now, like, I could make the most positive post ever, and ain't nobody thinking about her, and she could make a negative post, and I just be like...
We don't even pay attention to her.
Like we told y'all before, she works in the cab. So, like, when we go to get our sandwiches, like, she'll purposely make our sandwiches wrong. She works at McDonald's, too, the other night, which we'll tell you guys about. When Nay and Jay went to go get food from McDonald's, she was being petty. And I'm like, you just immature. You at work.
Where are you grown? You at work. You acting a mess at work.
You can't be professional at work despite whatever issue that you got outside of work. Right. That's petty. Which I don't understand.
Like, she swears she grown, but she never addressed the problems that we had with her. Like, not one problem that we had. Never said it to, like, she had a problem with our sweet mate. Never addressed the problem.
Right.
And then she addressed it one time when something else happened.
Like, when
on that night. Not that night, but, like,
it was a different night because I was just completely irritated about something else. And when I came home, I'm like, the dorm is messy. Certain situations are happening. And you know, Jay was upset about something, I was upset about something, and me and Jay just kind of like bumped heads that night.
Right.
And she jumped into it, and that blew up into something else, and it was just like,
right,
this is a lot going on.
It was like literally a lot happened since that like our very first video.
Right.
We'll be doing that video over too. Maybe not, but maybe.
Probably not.
Because we have someone else, and y'all need to get to know her too.
So, that's it for the Zay situation. And so now,
in another video, we will be telling you about our little adventures that we've been having. In the recent one that left us all tired, we didn't wake up until 12:30.
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
and Jordan slept through the whole day, so he didn't wake up till like 7 o'clock. So
now the next video that we're gonna be talking about is, should we go? I want to say the toxic relationships.
Yeah.
I want to say that's the biggest thing that's happened because it was Zay and then that. So
right, like
now we're gonna
get from a crazy whip for her to go into a crazy. My break was pretty chill, but hers was not.
So yeah, time for a little story time with Nini. So guys, part 2 of our story time follows what happened over Thanksgiving break. It's really personal, but I feel like somebody has to tell their story. You find a lot of people in toxic relationships where he or she, and I'm not even saying that this is like a sexist thing. I'm not just directing this towards males in this situation, but on both sides, people are too traumatized to tell their stories about what happened. And I'm going to just put it straight like this. Toxic relationships, if you're in one, get out of it. If you feel like your partner is being toxic, leave them. Over Thanksgiving break, I was physically abused by my boyfriend, who is now my ex-boyfriend. And, you know, I'm not even going to put his name or anything out there or anything like that. But it all comes back to the fact of it's someone that I trusted. You know, I spoke highly of him, trying to get him on my mom's good side or anybody's good side. And it was just really hard for me. And I was like, okay, I have to go to court for this. I'm traumatized. I'm still dealing with the bruises and the pains of everything that happened. I mean, I'm a strong person, but for this to happen to me was just very traumatizing. Like right now, as I'm telling you guys about this, I'm trying not to cry or show any signs of me being hurt. Like right now, my wrist hurts pretty bad. I got my head banged into a wall, so like sitting in front of this light right now, it's probably gonna trigger a headache soon. I don't know. I got my head bashed into a wall. My wrists were grabbed, twisted, all types of things, punched in the face. I got scratches, bruises, like slammed on the ground, knocked into things. It was just crazy, and it all started because of little things. I really don't feel like getting into the whole story, but all of you guys know what Tinder is, hopefully. And so, at the time, Tinder has been on my phone for a while now. And, like, people text me on there and ask me for my Snapchat, and I don't really pay attention to it. So, like, the day I was at his house, my Tinder goes off, right? And for my phone, you know, or if you have a Tinder makes a certain sound for its notification. So, it goes off, and he gets up and leaves out of the room. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, your Tinder went off. And then he leaves. And so he goes and, he leaves and then he comes back. And then he's like, go to your Tinder. And I'm like, okay. Goes to it. Sees like conversations from like 2-3 months ago. Along with a text from somebody from like a couple weeks ago on a Wednesday who asked me for my Snapchat, and I said, go look at my bio. And I'm like, I'm not the type of person, I don't hide anything. I have no reason to lie. And so, you know, I unlocked my phone, gave it to him. He went through my phone. And he didn't find anything that would put me in suspicion of cheating or anything like that. And he just gets into this whole point, oh, well, Tinder is a dating app. It's for people who want to fuck and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I'm here with you. And they're texting me and not getting a response. So what was your purpose of all of this extra? Then he leaves back out of the room. He goes to play his game. He got his music playing. And it was like, you know how like when you get in a certain mood, you'll play the music that gives off your mood. So he's playing songs. It's like, fuck bitches, they ain't shit. Like stuff like that. And I'm like, trying to talk to him. So like, well, I deleted the app if it was that big of a deal. Because like I said, it's been on there and I haven't been paying attention to it. And so we get all into that, and then he's like still ignoring me. He turns up his music even louder and is still paying attention to the game. And I'm like, I'm not even about to do this extra with you, like pausing your music or turning off the game. So I went for a walk, and at first I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk home. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk home. And then that made him mad, so I'm like, okay. Now I'm just going for a walk. So he chased after me, and I'm like, oh, okay. Now you want to talk. And he's like, if you walk home, then we done, this, and that. Like, I brought you over here. I'll take you back home, this, and that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So he goes back to his apartment or whatever. And I actually went to Taco Bell. I went to go get food. I'm like, okay, if I sit here for a minute, eat, try to calm down, I'll be good. So he calls me and he's texting me and he's being, you know, irritating and stuff and saying all this stuff about me. So I'm like, all right, let me come back to this house, talk to him, and then I'm going home. So on my way back, I'm texting my best friend and them and telling them to come get me. And so while all of this is happening, I get back and now he want to talk, and then he's like saying all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, what about it? So he was telling me about my Tinder or whatever. He was trying to go off on me about that. And I said, well, I'll call my roommate. So I'm like, I FaceTime Jessica, and, you know, I started asking her questions. I'm like, Jessica, you know about my Tinder, right? She said, yeah. She said, do I ever be on there? She was like, no. I said, we downloaded Tinder for what? She was like, to do this little video for the YouTube channel. I said, okay, my point exactly. I said, do I pay any attention to anybody that's text me on there? She said, no. I said, who is the person that I text all day and talk to all day? She was like, your boyfriend. I was like, my point exactly. So he got upset about that because I was proving him wrong. Then it went into about the people I know on campus. And so he was mentioning, like, one of my friends or whatever, and how I get offended when, like, a girl tries to talk to him in a certain way. And I'm like, when have you heard this? He was like, it was one of the days you were on campus, your roommates or somebody asked about him. I said, who was it? I said, give me a day. Tell me, what did I say or what did they say? And he couldn't say nothing. And then I said, okay, I'm about to call Jess again. And that's when he got irritated and he tried to take my phone. Meanwhile, I was texting my best friends trying to get them to come get me, and nobody was responding because I felt like this was about to turn into some drama. So that happened, and we ended up, so he took my phone and he threw it as I was trying to call Jessica. Then I was like, okay, screw it, I'll leave without my phone. So I go to put on my shoes and stuff, and like he grabbed me away from the closet, threw one of my other shoes. Like I had one shoe on and he threw the other one. Then I finally got a hold of my shoe. Then like tried to unlock the door. He pushed me away from the door, throwing me into the wall and stuff like that. So at this point I'm like screaming for help and stuff like that and trying to get away from him. And like he kept choking me, trying to get me to stay quiet. So I'm like, in the midst of being choked, I'm already having a panic attack and I can't breathe. So it's like on the verge of dying and still trying to get away. And it just got so bad to the point, like, I left everything. I left my phone, my bag with my money in it, my medicine, both of my coat, my jacket, and I just left. And, like, I went to, like, the nearest apartment building that was, like, away from him, but close enough to him where, like, I could still go back and get my stuff. And so, all of that was happening. Called the cops, called my mom. It was just really traumatic. Then, like, I had, like, $20-something in my wallet. And it ended up being missing. So, all of that was happening. And it just got crazy. And then I finally got my stuff back. And now I got to go to court about all of this. But long story short, whether you're a female or a male in this situation, if you're in a toxic relationship, get out of it ASAP. It's not worth being in one. It's not. You know, like, I called my girls about what was going on. You know you pulling my camera, right? You pulling the phone and all.
My bad, I didn't mean to. I was trying to get these up out of there. I'm about to go fuck my roommate up. But continue.
Bring back some snacks.
Do I got something in there? She ain't got no. She ain't gonna go shopping.
Noodles.
Oh, shit.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
Thank you. And, like, yeah, all of that happened. Jess was super upset. My best friends are super upset about the situation. My mom was beyond. She was livid.
I'm still confused.
Right, she recorded the video.
And it was just, like, super traumatic for me to be in that. Like I said, you never know who it could be. Like, I've known people that have been in toxic situations and it wasn't their boyfriend, girlfriend type of situation. It's like, it's like anybody could hurt you in some type of way.
I know you fucking around.
Hold on.
So, yeah, that's, like, my overall thing. Y'all need to be safe. No matter what the situation is, you need to be safe. That even goes for out here on campus. And I know, like, back in Detroit, we got, like, the whole van situation, the white vans, beware of the, that's crazy. Like, you know, I'm in college, so, like, when I got home for break, my little sister was still in school, and she woke me up like, "Hey, you gotta walk me to the bus stop." I'm like, back when I was in middle school, I could calmly walk to the bus stop without worrying about somebody snatching me up, and now we got this going on, and I gotta wake up on my vacation to take my little sister to the bus stop. Even though that's not a problem, I love my little sister. That's all of my siblings are my heart. So if anything is if me walking her to her bus stop was keeping herself safe, then that's what I'm gonna do. And that even goes, like, out here, you know, watch who you get in cars with, watch, you know, the people around you, because you can never know who could do something to you. Like, when I say I am traumatized, I am truly traumatized. So, like, I can't look at him the same anymore. And even now, like, thinking and talking about it makes me tremble a little bit, because, like I said, you never know, like, who could do these things to you, and no matter how close you guys are. So that's my biggest thing. Get out of the toxic relationships and stay safe. All right, y'all, so we back. It's part 3 to our wonderful adventures.
And we're doing these all in one day, too. So
yeah, and then we're just
that's why we're going to have the same shit on throughout these videos.
Yes. So, got a little surprise for the gang. Sis cut her hair. You guys know I was like a redhead at some point, but I cut my hair.
Fading.
I cut my hair on the sides, in the back.
When she sent me the video, I didn't know how to act. I was like, whoa, okay.
Like, okay, if you guys remember our friend Jordan that we showed in one of our videos, if you guys, like, remember the sound of his voice when he was telling us, hey, Jay, when I was sending them the videos of me getting my hair cut, he was like, wait, and I was like, I could hear the sound of his voice in my head when he says
like
that.
the way he talked, you just hear the certain words he say, and it was so funny.
So,
she's so bad.
It was just like, whoa. So actually, I am going to show you guys these videos, right?
Hey, Rico. I guess now that Barbie has disowned me as her brother, I can tell you what I really think.
You have.
Quite frankly, I don't like you.
You were saying, Mom.
And I never did. And you're a bad guy.
By the time you go back to school, I've been
You're
bad
also
again.
an awful person.
Can you stop dropping the hair in front of the camera?
That really hurt. How will I ever go on?
I don't think so. You are not getting away with that Christmas fun, girlie. Hi. Yeah, I think I might have found those stolen coins. Sorry.
Everything I do is to support this lady right here. So yes, I cut my hair, people.
So yeah, that was me getting my hair cut. They were shook.
Shook it to my core. Didn't know how to act.
But like, look at it though. Like,
And then
and then like, if I can show y'all the background.
I'm dead.
If y'all can see that. Like,
they can't. So there we go.
It's in progress.
that happened.
Oh, okay. This is why I can't wait.
Camera malfunction. Anyway. So yeah, that's what happened to me with the hair.
Yeah, I had fun over break. I didn't link with everybody I wanted to, but it's okay because I'm about to link with them for Christmas break.
Cause we know about to be, yes. Like I said, we started late with Vlogmas, so we giving y'all like what's been happening up until now as the 1, 2, 3, 4 to Vlogmas. This girl back here.
No, all you see is her in the background.
And so yeah, we ate a lot of food. I brought them back some food. Can y'all believe she don't eat dressing?
I don't like dressing.
What's something wrong with
I don't eat baked fruit.
why I got a boo.
I don't
dressing.
eat pie. I don't eat peach cobbler. I don't eat banana pudding.
Who the fuck are you?
Right?
I don't eat none of that.
All that stuff that half of the stuff she just mentioned, I made. And I cooked
Baller
my
belly.
entire,
What?
I cooked my entire,
Bloopers.
I cooked my entire Thanksgiving dinner by myself.
I was supposed to come, but they didn't. My plans didn't go how I wanted them to.
None of our plans really went how we wanted them to.
Our fucking creature ate our fucking hair.
Creature.
Motherfucking mice.
Oh, she did tell me about that.
Dog, that shit was
Oh yeah,
funny.
I was halfway asleep when she was talking about it.
Yeah, she told me about
But
it.
yeah.
But I spent my weekend with.
hungry.
I spent my weekend with my friends. Then I stayed with my cousin like 2 days out the whole like days we were there. I cleaned up my room. I did a lot of stuff over break. A lot of fun things.
Wait, Jacob, come back. Being stupid.
I'm gonna say, why is it not?
It's okay. I'm gonna screenshot it out the video and use it as our thumbnail. Anyway, but yeah, this fool. But yeah, that was Thanksgiving and me cutting my hair. Also, to let you guys in, if some of you guys start asking why I cut my hair. So we recently found out that my mom is diagnosed with cancer. And so she's been going through like all her treatments and stuff, and her hair started to come out. And like, so when I caught myself trying to surprise her coming home early, she surprised me when I walked through the door and realized that her hair was gone.
Like, she sent me a video. I was like, Mom, where you're missing like something like on top of your head. Where's your hair?
Right. So
I was so confused. Then I called her and I was like, where's your hair? She was like, oh, I have cancer. I was like, I didn't know that, but I knew that, but I didn't.
Like, I don't like putting it out there like that, but because everybody was like, why did you cut your hair? Your hair was perfectly fine. Well, one, my hair was not perfectly fine. I kept dyeing my hair, and my hair was breaking off, so it was all types of uneven with split ends. Ain't nobody got time for that. So to get my hair back healthy and to support my mom with her struggles, I cut my hair. So that is the tea, guys. I know I look hit right now, studying for the finals. But yeah, you guys are all caught up with the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below if you want to find out more about Nene and her goofy self. Comment down below what you want to see in the next video. Shout out to Vate TV because that's my boy making big moves out here on his channel. Sorry, we watching TV. But bye.